What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports, back again with another one. Talk about Vergil Ortiz Jr. fight last night versus Michael Mckinson. I hadn't even seen Michael Mckinson fight until he fought Vergil Ortiz Jr. I just saw some highlights of him. I saw that he was a southpaw, very, very crafty fighter. Kind of reminded me of Mauricio Herrera. You know, the guy that fought Danny Garcia, very, very crafty. But even Herrera had a little bit more pop on his punch than Michael Mckinson, who had a record of 22 wins, 0 losses, 2 KOs. So he was a feather-fisted fighter, to say the least. He made Paulie Malignaggi look like Mike Tyson. This guy has no power, so I figured that he would not have enough pop on his punches to keep off Vergil Ortiz Jr. But I got one question for Vergil Ortiz Jr. Where is your jab, bro? Where's your jab? Because you will get away with it fighting the Michael Mckinsons of the world, but when you go to that elite level, Jerome Boots Ennis, Terrence Bud Crawford, Elder True Spence, even Keith One-Time Thurman, you got to have a jab, man. And then, though, man, he probably threw 10 jabs the whole fight. He was just closing distance and looking to throw them hooks to the body, man. That's basically what he was doing, man. He was a bigger guy, the stronger guy, so he was able to get away with it with a guy that's feather-fisted. But you fight even a guy like Conor Benn, man, you're going to run into something fighting Conor Benn like that. Conor Benn got power. You coming in there without a jab running up on Conor Benn, he got power in both hands. He going to run you into something. So he would have problems against Conor Benn. I know a lot of people saying, oh, man, Conor Benn is another UK hype job. Man, Conor Benn got power in both punches. Conor Benn is a very good combination puncher. Conor Benn is the real deal, man. He had Adrian Granados out there trying to box him. When the last time you seen Adrian Granados try to box somebody? Adrian Granados is a guy that's trying to seek and destroy type of fighter. He looking to walk you down. He wasn't doing that with Conor Benn. He said after the fight, man, you know, I didn't never get no good decisions in a lot of my close fights, so I decided to fight a different style. Nah, you decided to fight like that because you knew you was in there with a one-hitter quitter type of fighter. A guy that got power, explosiveness, and speed behind his punches. That's what happened, Adrian Granados. With all that being said, he did what he had to do. Good win, fighting in front of his home crowd in Fort Worth Arena. Basically, Dickens Arena is basically equivalent to Cowboy Stadium for Errol Spence Jr. That's his home backyard of Vergil Ortiz Jr. As he had a pretty good crowd. From what I seen, man, it wasn't no sellout. It wasn't sold out. But I would have to say that it was at least 75% full. So he had a nice crowd out there. And he had a nice crowd out there for when he fought Maurice Hooker. And speaking of Maurice Hooker, man, Maurice Hooker, man, you're going to have to get your situation in order, man. You might need to change trainers. Old man ain't for you. He got you out here looking like a C-level fighter, man. You got dropped multiple times against Black Hawk. Black Hawk put on a beautiful performance, man, catching you with the 1-2. He had the hand speed advantage, had better footwork, had quicker hands and quicker feet. And he would just be able to beat you to the punch all night long, drop you 3 times. And then once he got a big lead, he got on his bicycle and coasted to a unanimous decision win. But Maurice Hooker, you need to change trainers, man. You need to go to Dallas and go see Derek James. Go across the street and get in the Errol Spence Jr.'s camp and go to Derek James, man. Drop Bomac. Drop him, man. He's on the losing streak outside of Terrence Crawford. You know, what has he done outside of Terrence Crawford but take some L's? He took an L with Jamil Herring. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't take a bunch of L's. Like, it's another fight I think he was I know that he was the trainer and they lost. Now here recently, his name don't come to mind, but he's been taking a bunch of L's. With all that being said, Vergil Ortiz is a guy that's a pressure fighter. He's going to turn up that pressure. And he was able to get off to a faster start in this fight. You know, people was worried about him maybe getting off to a slow start and maybe Mckinson getting an early lead on him. That did not happen. He was able to get off to a very quick start. Outside of the first round, he dominated that fight. So, very, very good performance by Vergil Ortiz Jr. He need to find a jab. He need to find a jab here quickly. You know, Ryan Garcia had that problem when he ain't had no jab. He was relying on his power, his hooks and stuff like that, and things to that nature. But he left Canelo's trainer and got Goosen. Got Goosen as his trainer, and he developed a jab that's very good in his last fight versus Javier Fortuna. And if Vergil Ortiz, who has already changed trainers before, if he's not getting the proper instruction about using the jab, or he refuses to use the jab, he needs to switch trainer too. Maybe he needs to go over there where Ryan Garcia went to. Go over there to Goosen, and he can help him develop a jab, man, because he's definitely going to need that at the elite level in the welterweight division. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. Follow me on Facebook, Gerard.Briscoe.3551. Follow me on Twitter, 9707 Gerard. Like, share, and subscribe to JB Sports. The man, the myth, the legend. And I'll holler.